If you're a business owner and you have an e-commerce website, you run an online business, I want to show you exactly how to turn it up so that you become a powerhouse of sales with your website. How's it going, everyone? My name is Rich AK, and I run a company called AK Growth, where I help businesses and business owners turn up their e-commerce website to make it profitable, to make it streamlined, and to make it effective for the users. But today, I want to tell you something that I haven't seen too much of yet. And this is something that's going to be on the horizon in the very, very near future. And they're called fusion sites or hybrid sites. And that might sound a little complicated. That might sound very jargony or, hypey. But I want to explain to you exactly what that means and how you can take the first steps today into turning your e-commerce site into that powerhouse of sales. So what is a fusion website? Well, let's talk about what an e-commerce site is first. Basically, an e-commerce site is any site that has, a few pages here and there, but they're able to take sales. They have a general shopping page where you can see all their products, and then you can click on that individual product and you can go through and purchase that product with any kind of workflow. So, that happens. It's easy to set that up with a Shopify or a Squarespace or maybe even a Wix. But I want to tell you about something different today, because while most e-commerce businesses just follow that singular model, it's a much more of a come to us and buy from us type of model. Whereas I'm kind of starting to see that some of the most powerful players in this game are actually doing an opposite move as well. And so that's where the hybrid comes in. They basically take their e-commerce platform, but then they also combine it with direct marketing and direct flows. And so I'll explain what all that means in just a moment. But when you're able to combine both inbound and outbound sales for your customers, you not only have them in front of you, you're not only putting yourself in front of them every single time, but you are able to continuously teach them, you're able to continuously educate them and put them into new conversion funnels. And that is the way you can get more and more and more sales. If someone comes to your site and buys once and then forgets about you, that's not a very effective customer. But if they're able to come back to your site over and over and over again and buy from you over and over again, well, the value of that customer increases exponentially. And so that's exactly what these fusion sites are all about. And so how do you create one of these fusion sites? Well, there's quite a lot of different pieces at play, but I'm going to do my best to explain to you how all this works. Basically, you already know that you have your regular pages set up on your e-commerce site. You have your shop all page where you can see all your product. You can see your individual product pages, and you have your checkout, and you have your cart, and you have all those different types of functions already installed. But this is a little different. Most people end up separating these things, but I actually think that's kind of the wrong move today, because you want to have a consistent brand image regardless of where they're entering through your website. And so when you end up utilizing these direct marketing flows, you're actually reaching out to them, whether it's through email or it's through other forms of communication, to bring them back into your sales funnels. Now, these sales funnels are very specific, whereas your website generally has a header and they have like footers and they have links all over the place. These sales pages on your website only have one function, and that's up to you to decide what that is. You could be targeting prospects who haven't purchased from you yet, or you could be targeting people who've already purchased from you a specific type of product, and they might be just trying to get information on new products. And so what we end up doing is we actually give them only that information and nothing else, so that there's no other choice for them but to go through the sales process that we lay out for them. Now, this is really important because not only does it give them a singular linear focus, it doesn't let them be distracted, but we also are constantly reaching out to them to get them to reconvert on the website. Now, what most businesses do is very obvious, right? They'll run some ads and they'll be like, this is our product. Great. You can go on their site and some people are going to convert and some people are not going to convert. But the problem with that is you're really just leaving things to chance. You're not really giving the customers the opportunity to come back and actually learn about your product. You're not giving them the opportunity to come back and go through some of these flows that we can actually end up having them go through. And so what I've been seeing with some very successful businesses and things that I've been trying on my own is not only should you be running the e-commerce site, but you should also integrate direct marketing into these types of websites, because then you're able to bring everything together. It's not just about having e-commerce, and it's not just about having direct marketing. It's about bringing both, because there are different types of outreach to these customers. Your customers are constantly being bombarded by thousands of advertisements every single day. So don't expect them to be like in full remembrance of everything that you do. You have to go and be proactive about your outreach to these customers. And so this is exactly what this does. Now, I could make tons of videos about this, and I plan on doing that. But if you want to learn more, I want you to click the link in this description and check out what I have to say. I wrote up a booklet, and I think it's going to be really helpful, and it's going to explain how some of these flows work and how some of these processes work, so that you can get started on building that on your own website. My name is Rich AK. I run a company called AK Growth, and I'll be talking to you soon.